Happy Monday, everyone. This is Martha with Nature Niche. And this week I want to talk to you about a fun winter visitor here in mid-Michigan, the snowy owl. So it's the largest North American owl by weight. It has very thick feathers because it lives in the Arctic during the breeding season. And it can weigh 4 pounds or more, so that's pretty heavy for a bird. Lots of feathers. It's an irregular winter visitor here in Michigan, and you can find it hunting along agricultural fields, dunes, shorelines, any place that's treeless, wide open spaces with short grasses, because that is very similar vegetation structure to the tundra where the species breeds. And it's a circumpolar breeder, so it can be found in the Arctic regions of North America, Europe, and Asia. And they breed north of the Arctic Circle, where they hunt lemmings, ptarmigan, other prey when there's 24 hours of daylight. Some remain on the breeding grounds year-round, and others migrate south into southern Canada and the northern US, in the Midwest. So it's eruptive, appearing some winters, but not others.
Scientists don't really know why we see more snowy owls in some years than others. There's a really neat nonprofit group called Project Snowstorm. You should look at their website. They're using GPS tracking to study the migratory movements of snowy owls. Their eruptions aren't necessarily tied to food supply on the breeding grounds as previously thought. These owls sit on the ground to hunt, and they prefer rolling terrain, and they'll find a small vantage point to survey the surrounding area. On the wintering grounds, so where we see them here in Michigan, they'll also perch in conspicuous places with a good view, like the telephone pole that this one is sitting on, fence posts, buildings, grain elevators, and the like. For identification, know that these are large white owls with piercing cat-like yellow eyes. Adult males may appear to be pure white and only have a few brown spots. They start out barred with dark brown when young and become whiter with age. So older white male owls actually played Harry Potter's pet owl Hedwig in the movies. Female snowies and immatures are white with darker barring, except for the pure white face. They have broad wings that are all white beneath and smooth round heads with no ear tufts. They have very dense feathering along their legs, and they're about the size of a great horned owl, about 20 to 28 inches long, and have a wingspan over 4 feet. They prey upon small mammals, lemmings especially on the tundra during breeding season, and ptarmigan and waterfowl. In the winter, they'll eat rodents, rabbits, hares, squirrels, weasels, wading birds, seabirds, ducks, grebes, and geese. They're very agile and can catch other birds on the fly, and they often sit and use their extraordinary vision and hearing to spot and track prey. Then they fly or run to pounce. They're also known to stand at the edge of ice and capture fish with their feet. They're very territorial on the breeding grounds and sometimes in their wintering areas. They're known to strike and dive bomb humans and even Arctic wolves. So the males are particularly territorial, and they give a low, powerful, raspy hoot, usually in twos but up to 6 to help defend their territory. They may also whistle, hiss, and clack their bills. So they nest on the ground in shallow scrapes, and their young may disperse incredibly far and not necessarily in the same direction from their birthplace. Brood size depends on lemming populations on the breeding grounds. Regarding conservation, snowy owls are a U.S.-Canada stewardship species, and they're listed on the 2016 State of North America's Birds Watch List, and those are species most at risk of extinction without significant conservation actions to reverse declines and reduce threats. I also wanted to mention a little bit about owl etiquette as you're watching these species. It's important to keep your distance. If the owl is reacting to you, you are too close. Fidgeting, repeatedly staring at you, head bobbing, and changing positions can be signs of distress. So use the car as a blind and watch from a distance. Respect private property, don't trespass. And don't feed an owl ever. Snowies are pretty naive about humans, and they'll quickly acclimate to being fed mice. And then they'll swoop near cars, roads, or other people who may harm them. So make sure you observe this owl etiquette as you look for these fun winter visitors this year. Thanks.